Hey everybody, TBC here. Well, it's been an interesting few days in the Everquest TLP sphere. We had the Everquest producer JChan did an interview over on the Everquest show, and I'd certainly recommend you go watch the interview. The link is down below. But she did release another bit of a hint for the TLP that is coming in May 2023. Now, what we do know is that there's going to be, again, one server. They keep saying that now a few times. They've used a singular server and not servers, and that's a change from the last few years where they've typically done two. So I'm sat here under the tree outside the bank in POK. That what could this systematic change that could apply to life be? Now, we know if we look back at their recent history with TLPs, they do like to add some servers that bring something new or add a challenge, like Qualm, Celos, and there's been some hits like Mischief and some big misses, looking at you, Vaniki. So what could they be hinting at? What could be implemented on live? Now, I've been thinking myself, I've been looking at what others have been thinking online as well. And here's some of what is being discussed. Firstly, scaling. Well, scaled content, and this could be like level scaling of mobs. And they've done this kind of before in some of the other expansions. COTF, Darkened Shore, Broken Mirror, I'm fairly certain all had some level of scaling, and it really wasn't well received. It got tweaked a lot because they always wanted people to go to new content and not stay in the old, and the player base really didn't like it. So I'd be surprised if we're going to see that, and especially if it's group content, because why would you move? You just stick in the same spot. The other option is scalable raids, potentially raid size. Maybe you get rewards for completing raids with a smaller crew, with a smaller group. But would that not just result in the min-maxing of raid compositions like you often see in other games like World of Warcraft? You wouldn't necessarily bring the druid that logs in 3 minutes before a raid when you've already got one or two in your raid. You'd certainly want to stack the classes that do more damage, like monks and enchanters with charm pets and clerics. That would be your raid force. So I think scaling is a potential, but it's going to have to be handled really, really well if that's what they are doing. Another option I've seen is opening up all race and class combos. Now, in the interview I mentioned earlier, JChan talked about moving to the 64-bit has really allowed them, really freed up memory. It's they're no longer limited to what they can do. It's helping the fidelity of the game and what they can bring. And one option is like the all race class combos, and it does make sense from an RP perspective because what's stopping a troll from being a bard? It might not be a good option, but you could do it. But if that's the case with EverQuest and the way the racials work, everyone would just be an ogre, because that frontal stun immunity is just far too good for a lot of classes, and you could do some crazy things with that. Another one would be instances for groups, and now you could do that already if a zone has an agent of change. You can request your own private instance. So in Classic you can do this, say with Sol B or Sebelis in Kunak, Kale in Velius. But it really stops you raiding that week, because once you kill a mob, that's kind of it. You're locked out for the week on your account. So it's not like you could log in another character. And a few years back, they really nerfed the XP rate in these instances, like really badly, to really stop and detract people from basically doing this. So it would be a sharp U-turn, and it would really put, in my opinion, the instance servers under a much heavy load. Does it have benefits? Yeah, of course it does. You get a group of your friends together and you can go down and dungeon crawl your way through lower Gluck in Classic. I think the reality is it has a lot of opportunity for boxers, but I don't think necessarily that that's the way they will go. Some people really want PvP, so perhaps they're putting in some more work into the PvP for the old Zek community. Maybe it's toggleable, maybe there's rewards. But that sounds like fun, and EverQuest has never really been balanced for PvP, not like EQ2 sort of used to be. And they are doing a PvP TLE in EQ2 this year, so maybe it's a PvP year for both games. Who knows? But again, the rewards, could they not just be grief. Say one person with 2 accounts can just attack each other all day to get to the top of the leaderboards. So again, you're going to have to really tread carefully with things like that. So, you know, the reality is, I don't know. Nobody knows what they're going to do. All we know is there's going to be one server and it's an experiment. Daybreak do run like clockwork, so looking at previous years, we'll know more and it will get announced in the producer's letter, which will come in early April. The last few years, the EQ1 has come the day after the EQ2 one is posted, so keep an eye out for that and you'll know when to expect the EQ1. So, and of course, as soon as it does go live, I'll bring you a video to let you know exactly what's in it and my thoughts. I mean, I'm always pretty excited for a new TLP. I do think it is time for an experiment year after last year, where Veniki was, I suppose, an experiment, but didn't quite hit the mark, and Jelinek was just another Finny clone. So, yeah, I agree. Let's take a break from those Finny clones this year and give the players that play on these servers every year something new and a new challenge, and I'm certainly up for that. Let me know your thoughts, any ideas, what you think it could be. Does an experiment year seem interesting for you, and will you play it? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you can hit that like and subscribe button to help me kind of grow this channel. I do this for fun, and that's a great way to really help the channel. Of course, lots more videos to come as we inch closer to this new TLP launching. So, as ever, thank you for watching. I am the Brick Canuck, and I hope that you have yourselves a fantastic day.